Okay.
We're ready?
Yes.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Rusty.
Good morning, sir.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has. Nice to have you back.
We got special guest Mama is running the chat. Hello, Mama.
Hey.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we've got kind of a lot to catch up on.
You've had a whirlwind couple of weeks.
We did. We had to travel to Columbus, Ohio. Well, actually Kenton, Ohio, but we went to Columbus and then drove to Kenton back and forth for a funeral. Is that Charlie? Good morning, Charlie. And then we had a wedding over in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, so we had to drive all the way over there. So we were gone for a couple weeks. But we're back. And coming into, this is October 1st, the Keto guys and I decided we're going to revive, am I on this way? There we go. Revive the hashtag never ending popper challenge. Now we're going to open it up to anybody that is willing to post. You just got to put that in the hashtag, either in your title or your description. And I'm going to do them on my lives, and I'm doing I'm actually cooking again Friday night, this coming Friday night, on the El Duderino show, El Duderino and Friends. So y'all check that out. I'll be posting some links and stuff here and there. But so the Never Ending Popper Challenge was started years and years and years ago by a fella named Keith Pettag. I kind of missed the fella. He stopped doing videos because he got sick. He just kind of disappeared. Then he'd pop up, do some lives, and then we didn't know what was going on, and then just nothing. Didn't know what it was. Through the grapevine, we heard he had some sort of cancer. I'm not sure what kind. But I got thinking about him when I was talking with Tom at Tom's Food Factory, and that's where the idea came from, to revitalize this challenge. So the Keto guys were all down with it, so that's what we're doing. So we're doing the Popper Challenge now, and then any time in the month you can upload a video, just with the hashtag. So
It's funny, we're a little off, like you're syncing your words and what you're saying, and then it's screen, It's a little off. But it's okay. It would drive me crazy to watch it because it's like a bad Chinese movie.
So we're like,
yes, you're kind of like Jackie Chan, but not Jackie Chan-ish.
See, there's a. See, I'm like falling off the video here. You can scoot over, brother. Don't fall. You got to pick your feet up when you slide over.
That's not sliding in. That's walking.
So we got a new addition to the cave. A little open sign.
It's lovely.
Nice little auction find.
Auction find at $11. Heck yeah. Our one more thing before we move on. The Popper Challenge this month is going to be inspired by Uncle Steve's Shake. So the only requirement other than the hashtag is use an Uncle Steve Shake any kind you want. That's it. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm trying to do this a little bit more professional.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you.
Wrong place for that.
You want a Bronco.
No, I
You
heard
need
they're
to help.
trash. I heard they're trash.
Well,
They can
anyway,
look
she wants
pretty.
a new car, and I told her because there's this guy that we watched, and he bought, the guy that does all his editing, a new Bronco. Not brand new, but newer.
Right.
Bought him a Bronco. And she was like, ooh, and I said, well, if you start helping with videos.
Because I don't help, and I help everywhere else. I leave this one thing to
So
help.
now we're kind of like, hey.
You don't help on the important part.
Right. I just maintain everything, but that's okay. It's cool. We're good.
Your idea of help and mine are different. But it wasn't in the job description. She never filled out an application. She's not getting paid. Anyway.
I think she's head of HR. She don't need to fill out an application.
She's so
I'm the head of everything.
She's self-appointed head HR. But anyway.
One click and I've blocked you from everything.
Yeah, I know, right? So, well, now that got me sidetracked. So anyway, Uncle Steve Shake. Go check it out. Get one. So we're trying to do things a little more professional, TV-like. So I've actually got a few on the cooker already. So hopefully by the time these are wrapped and ready to put on, those will be ready to come on. Right. Fingers crossed.
The magic of TV editing.
Well, there's no editing because I like really hurried to get things going this morning. So, but anyway, I'm gonna break out my new cauldron mug, new to me mug.
It's a new mug. It's not a new to you mug.
Well,
It's
it
a
is
new
both.
mug.
It's a new mug.
It is.
Here's your coffee cup.
I have a very
Thank
cute.
you, sir.
I have a boo ghost.
Yeah, you did bring it out.
My boo ghost is up by my computer.
Okay, so what I've got is a couple hot dogs, just the cheap ones. I guess I didn't even tell anybody what we're doing.
You did. We're doing the form of jalapeno popper.
So, in our recent trip back to Ohio, my brother-in-law said, "Hey, when's the last time you had Skyline chili?" I was like, well, last time I was in the actual restaurant was probably when I turned 21, so 20 years ago plus. So he took me to Skyline Chili. Loved it. Got a couple, I found me a couple cans, Skyline Chili. I'm over here. A couple cans of Skyline Chili. Okay. That's a nice red glow to it. But anyway.
It's your light.
It's from the light.
I know. So what my crazy brain came up with is
I concur.
let's do a Skyline Chili inspired jalapeno pop. So I cut the hot dogs up into
Stuffable pieces.
stuffable pieces. I mean, they look good. They're about yay big. I thirded them, and then I quartered the thirds.
Cindy says she has a recipe to make Skyline chili.
So do I.
We made it here.
I made a keto version, and we did it on the show some time ago.
I'm not a fan of Skyline.
You are not. So I've got the Weber kettle Grozowski fired up and running with poppers already on there. So I have to dice up an onion, but that's for the ending. What I'm going to do is we're going to take the peppers. I've already got them cut and de-seeded, deveined, and rinsed. We're going to stuff them, wrap them in bacon, chop them with an Uncle Steve shake, and then hopefully put them in a cast iron skillet, griddle pan. Why the griddle pan? So all the stuff catches and I won't have as much stickage.
I think you should put cheese inside with the hot dog.
Oh, you want cheese inside it, huh?
Well, that's kind of what holds it all in there.
Yes and no, because the way I'm not doing like half boats. I'm doing like the boat, like a canoe, and then the lid on
I
top.
know, but I still think it needs cheese. But that's just
Morning,
my
Jen.
side.
Morning, Cindy.
Jen said they're Gold Star chili people.
Yep. Well, Skyline, sits and in the Bengals play today. Who day?
And
the
part
Panthers
of
play today.
why we went there was you got
You're
the-
half in the.
the Houday cups.
Yes. And I left them inside.
the
So I'll put that in my
You
video.
got the Who cups.
I'll put the video in. I'll add that to the video for tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I got going on. I don't know. It's been a crazy couple weeks.
Yeah.
So let's bring these over. Now the way that I cut these, I still better put gloves on. So the way that I cut these is, well, here's a better one to show you. This is the way Keith used to do it. So there's your jalapeno. We slit and opens up like that. Oops. There it is. So it's like this, and we slit it. So that way you
cut
have
like a third off of it, so you had a nice boat.
right. So you have a canoe, and then we go and cap it, and then wrap it in bacon. So you get jalapeno all the way around. So that's what we're going to do. So then the idea is going to be
I thought you were done with the bacon, so I wrapped it all up.
so Rusty Tusk, you had a fun little cooking excursion, cooking with a barbecue team.
Yeah, one of the requirements for us to get moved up into our judging in the South Carolina Barbecue Association is, even though we're cooks ourselves, we have to go on site and do a competition cook with another team. And so it's been 2 weeks ago now, because it was your first week gone, whenever you had to leave. And I went to this competition and cooked with a team, went through the whole process, start to finish, unloading, setting up, everything that they do, and which is the same stuff that we do. I just a different timeline, different equipment, different cookers. And it was just a really good experience seeing how another team actually does the same thing we do, and how different it is.
For those who don't know, I mean I know, but for the people who don't know, why is it?
Because a lot of judges are not cooks themselves. And this gives the judges an opportunity to see what an actual cook team goes through from start to finish, so that they can end up with a sample plate in front of them for testing. They know the hours they spend doing their craft, the seasonings, the time management for looking at what's on the grill, the time management for keeping the fire lit. It's just to give the judges an actual idea of what a cook team goes through to give them the finished product that they judge.
Okay. Because a lot of these people are, I mean, they do cook, but they are backyard cooks, and they basically cook on Treebeard, right?
There was a couple pellet cookers out.
I mean, the judges.
Oh,
The
the
judges.
judges, yeah.
So for them to get an idea of kind of firsthand
And
what
it's
goes into it.
not saying there's anything wrong with cooking on a Traeger. A Traeger, any type of pellet grill makes a delicious product, but it's not the quintessential true barbecue cooking experience.
There's a time and a place for everything. I believe in cooking. Anyway, go ahead. Now that I've interrupted.
But I mean, I was able to go through, and the team that I cooked with,
And then
was they've won first place many times in the past, but they didn't do it this time. But it was great to go through the cooking process. After we got everything on the grill or on the smokers, to sit down and talk and just chew the fat about their experiences, things that they've done, things that they were offering all kinds of help and suggestions to help further mine and Lee's career and their experience, giving me different ideas and different seasonings. And one thing that I was really surprised about the team, I was expecting a top tier first place finishing team to be making up all their rubs and seasonings themselves. But he just opened up a box and he had bottles and bottles of all these commercial rubs that he mixes together. And his theory was, why should I sit here and try and reinvent this? There are hundreds and hundreds of delicious rubs out there, and mixing these together has won me first place, 20 times. So why should I spend so much time trying to develop my own when other people have gone through years and years of R&D and have already developed delicious rubs? And that makes sense. And but it was an experience. I really enjoyed cooking on the on the Lane smoker. And the Lane cookers have been one of my favorites, since I really got into cooking. And I mean, whenever I was cooking the barbecue for the local high school, I do their barbecue fundraiser every year. And a friend of mine had a big Lane 84 Deluxe, and that was my first experience using the Lane cookers, and it was really, really, really fun, and I really enjoyed it. But he had a Lane 36, and so we cooked on it, did the butts on that, and we did the ribs on a pellet cooker, and it was just a great experience, and to learn and see how other people do things. The way that they handled the money muscles was completely different than what we do. I mean, it was just fun. But I now am a senior judge.
You got to get your apron.
So I'll get my apron at our next cook.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
The next cook has already been canceled. And the one for us to go to, we were going to go to the Gaston Collard Green. That one's been canceled. And then
which is good.
Actually, two cooks that weekend were canceled.
Yeah, I wasn't going to make that one anyway. We got swim stuff. So I don't know if my man Cole, he always says he's watching. He always brags he's one of my biggest supporters. One of the swim kids. And so Cole, if you're watching, howdy. He got kind of mad because I called him out the other night, but then he laughed about it. So, but anyway, they had some big stuff go on while I was gone. So come back, and my one kid had one of his goals for the season was to swim a 500. And while I was gone, he did. And he got it in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Wow. Which is awesome. For his first time being dare I say clocked on the time, record time, recorded time.
In a competition.
Yes. So that was awesome.
He was getting there.
It was going to take us a minute. I just thought I'd help it along.
This is why everybody loves it when she's on, because of her sass.
That's why you love me too.
Well, yeah, there's that. But I forgot what I was saying. We had a big meet Thursday night. They had their crosstown. So we have 3 high schools. I mean, I've talked about them daily. 3 high schools in the area, and once a year in the city, yeah.
3 public high schools.
So once a year they go against each other.
Tanya, thank you for pushing you along.
Madwood. So anyway, I forgot.
So we had cross drops a lot of time, like relays are dropping 20 and 30 seconds. They looked good.
Wow. 30 seconds? That's big.
I had one kid, his goal for the season was to drop in 100 butterfly. Yeah, it was 100 butterfly. He wanted to be under a certain number. The kid didn't even know it, and he dropped time. But he's like, I need 145, and he hit a 143.
Wow, that's awesome.
In his 50 butterfly,
He dropped like 10 seconds.
yes, he dropped 10 seconds and didn't know it. He had like an out-of-body experience when we told him. He was like,
And he's just a little guy.
fella.
Like, it's funny how some of when you swim high school, you're 7th graders, 8th graders, they're swimming against seniors. So you have these little folk who are like just 5 foot tall swimming against the 6'5" guy. And that you're going to make up a lot of space.
You got 7th and 8th graders competing with the high schoolers?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's a non
Contact.
sport. So if your middle school doesn't offer it, you swim with the high school.
Okay.
That's
So
why
what
the
makes it
girls
awesome
swim in
is
7th and 8th grade.
swimming, you don't have to be a certain body type.
Right.
You know, football, you want to be somewhat athletic. We don't care. If you float and kick and move forward, you're in.
Yeah, they just have
It's
to
great.
make it across and back. That's it.
Yeah.
If they can make across and back, they're good.
And my one guy, oh man, little Art, he's come a long, long way in a couple of weeks.
It's a young team.
Yep, I've got some that one girl just discovered. Like she was kind of messing around with it last year on breaststroke, and it's beautiful now. Like her stroke is beautiful. We just got to work on
Endurance, speed,
endurance,
breathing.
and yeah, because she goes fast, and then sometimes she gets like the upper half goes faster than the lower half, so then she's out of whack.
Right.
So, but anyway, fantastic.
But we have one more event.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm kind of glad. I mean, I love watching the boys swim who we've watched swim for,
Yes.
this is their 5th year, 6th year. You know, I like watching them swim. I like watching the younger ones swim, but I thought we were done this year.
I know, and the kids call me back, and some of these kids I've watched since they were in 7th grade. So
It would be nice to be done again. It's fun to put them in.
yeah, these kids were. I mean, they were with me during all my stuff, so they've got a special place for me, you know, in my heart. So I'll go out and do it. That's why I went back.
I have enjoyed the not having any responsibilities other than being your wife. Like,
Right.
They come to me, they're like,
That's a
"Did you
big
bring?"
responsibility.
Well, it is. But
But it's not like doing the swim parent stuff that we were doing.
in the beginning, the kids were like, "Did you bring cheese sticks?" I'm like, "I am not your swim mom this year, guys. You need to go talk to this lady. Ask her for cheese sticks. You always bring the cheese sticks." I am not doing it today. You need to go ask this lady. Well, let's just go ask her for cheese sticks. She'll get them for you.
And then they're like,
Little
"Well, she
things.
doesn't like us." I was like, "Because you don't talk to her. You've got to go talk to her if you want something." But I had one guy who's expressed interest in coaching, and I was like, you have to be a year out of high school. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "But if I can help with a summer program to kind of see if this is really something I want." So I said, "Well, come here." So we went and talked to the coach that runs the summer program, and she was like, made that connection. I was like, "This is, I'm all about supporting the whatever they want to do in life. So if this is an avenue you want, let's go look at it." So that was pretty cool that I got to help them out there.
Yeah.
But Saturday is it's regional, so it's going to be a big.
It's like from 8 to 4.
I have to be there like at 7 in the morning on Saturday.
It's exhausting.
So I'll be doing the El Duderino show and then doing that. Getting up in the morning to do that. Let's see. We broke in your little pit boss griddle.
Yeah, saw a nice little video.
My nephew wanted it.
You almost didn't get it back. If I had accidentally forgot it, you wouldn't have known.
If it would have been ours, it would have stayed.
Yeah,
He enjoyed it.
Well, that's good. Maybe,
So if it's
maybe they'll get one and he can start grilling up, and then he can make videos.
he helped me with a couple.
He did.
So if it's still here at Christmas time when they come down, you may be out of grill.
Well, possession is 9/10 of the law.
That's the case. Half of my shit is his.
Yep.
Yes.
Until she says, "Get this out of here."
Well, because Lee will get very frustrated if I bring like a box out here of this stuff. Like, where can I put this? And he's like, "Well, what is it?" "Well, it's just stuff. I just don't have anywhere to put it." Because typically you're allowed to use the garage for that. And then I put it out here and he's like, "Honey, this needs to go." I'm like, "Wait, you have all of Rusty's stuff. You can hold my one box that takes less room than your things."
but she leaves it, the box here, the contents spread out
Oh,
because she got into it.
somebody is maybe telling somewhat of a exaggeration sometimes. See how I said that? Sometimes.
Yeah.
There are times I have big, honey, you do the same inside the house. Our kitchen table.
So anyway,
She got a point there.
So we also celebrated 21 years of marriage,
We did.
and we were talking, how in the hell did we make it?
Me and Teresa have had that conversation many times.
I mean, there was about, so we 21 years, we had about 2 decades that were pretty sketchy. That's no lie. There was a couple decades that were pretty sketchy.
Teresa and I, we talked about that same thing, and we decided amongst ourselves that we really believe if we didn't have kids, we probably wouldn't still be together now. That we think that having the kids and having to take care of the kids is what kept us together. Because if you can't just get up and walk away when there's kids involved. If it was just me or her, there was plenty of times both of us were ready just to get up and walk away.
Yeah.
See, I'm just spiteful, so I wouldn't give him the satisfaction.
Well, and I'm just stubborn. I don't like to fail.
So between spite and being stubborn, because I'm like, I remember having the conversation, like, if you ever think this isn't it, there is the door. But mind you, if you choose that option, you better have everything you wanted out of this house, because I will destroy it.
And if I'm taking loads of cast iron out, and she's like, "What are you doing?" She's gonna know.
Maybe,
I'm taking it to Rusty's.
Yeah.
We're going to use his house for a storage now.
maybe that
She'll know
part
better than
wouldn't,
that.
maybe that part wouldn't be so bad. If it was just Lee's cast iron. Oh, Lee has way more things than I have. That I'm like, I will destroy every single thing.
Yeah, I used to collect a lot of different
Everything.
stuff.
And he's like, well, thanks for being honest. I'm like, well,
I got a real big cook coming up Thursday this week.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm doing the barbecue fundraiser for the high school marching band, and I've got a big Southern Pride smoker rented. It'll be at the house Thursday. I'm going to pick up 400 to 500 pounds of butts, and I'll be doing their cook for them on Thursday night, and having our fundraiser barbecue sale Friday morning. And I got all my scales out and stuff I got to bring over and get them all set up and teach them how to use everything so that they can, go through their sale. And it's I've been doing this for them since 2015, Tommy's first year in the band. And even though after he graduated, James asked me, he said, will you still do our barbecue? And I said, yeah, as long as I'm able, I'll always do it. And so I've been doing that for, like I said, since 2015. He had a band parent come up last year and say, and offer, he said, no, I'll cook it. No, I'll cook the barbecue for you. And James told him, he said, no, as long as Rusty's going to be able to do it, Rusty's going to be my barbecue cook.
Yeah, I helped out. There was 2 years I helped out, and then we've had swim stuff ever since. I know the 1 year we did 1,200 pounds.
1,200.
That was a lot.
Now, whenever I first started the band, they only did 300 pounds that year, and it was not done properly. I wasn't the cook. I was just a father of the band helping. And I go to the guy's house, and he told me to be there at 8 o'clock to help us get the butts prepared. So I dropped Tommy off at school, go to his house, and he had got a Lang 85 Deluxe smoker from a previous band parent who was also a competition cook on the circuit.
Oh yeah.
Skaggs, Kenny Skaggs. And but whenever I got to his house at 8 o'clock, all the butts were already on the smoker. And I'm like, you said you needed me to help you prep. And he said, well, me and the wife were up at 4 o'clock, so we decided to go ahead and just get it done. And what they had done is sat at the kitchen table, put salt and pepper on all the butts, and then wrapped them up in aluminum foil, and then stuck them on the smoker. And anybody who knows anything is, smoke cannot penetrate aluminum foil. And so it was, I kept my mouth shut because I was just he was volunteering his time, doing what he had to do what he thought he had to do as a band parent. He was really doing this from his heart, from the kindness of his heart. I just kept my mouth shut. I'm here to help. I'm not here to take it over. And went through and helped him. We pulled the stuff at the high school, and I mean, did everything. And then I told James after it was over, I said, I'll be happy to take over the barbecue starting next year. And but that year we did 300 pounds, and we probably threw away 100 pounds of barbecue. And
why did you throw it away?
Because it didn't get sold. They didn't have anywhere to store it. Nobody knew how to properly refrigerate it and freeze it. It was just a cluster that year.
Lee,
Yes.
so Pickle said, you know, on TV they explain what they're doing. They just don't ramble.
Again, Charlie, I was trying with my lasers.
Oh, stop. Stop with the laser.
Well, that was a funny story.
Yes, it was. But
So, but in 2000, that was 15. 2016, whenever I took it over, he was going to order 300 pounds of barbecue again. And I told him, no, that's not going to be enough. And instead of ordering 300, we ordered 500. Sold out completely. And by the time Tommy graduated in 2019, I had barbecue boosted up from 300 pounds in 15 to 1,500 pounds in 2019. And then Tommy graduated in 2020. We started getting the COVID thing coming on, and it really killed everything. First of all, the school district wouldn't allow the fundraiser with the open cooking and food like that because of COVID. And so they went 2 years, they weren't even allowed to have the fundraiser. And then we started back up and started again slow again at the 400 or 500 pounds. Then we're doing the same thing again this year. So having to gradually build it back up to where it was.
right.
You're welcome. I helped out a bit.
So, Lee, what are you doing now?
Okay.
I'm helping Charlie.
So Charlie, what we're doing now is we've got the cast iron pulled off of the grill. I had five of these beautiful, amazing bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers with Uncle Steve's smoked bomb. Look at those folks. Isn't that great? Look at that. Now,
Okay, sarcasm.
now that I've got them put over here on my little tray, will you hand me a paper towel, please?
I'll be happy to, sir.
Now that I've got them over here,
You're gonna drive me crazy.
I
Thanks,
know.
Charlie.
this is what Charlie wanted. So now
No, I don't think
we
it
got to
is.
go presentation for game day. You know, the Bengals are playing. You know, when you get ready for halftime and you got to get your game set up, you want it to look pretty. So you want to wipe up this little bit of bacon grease from the bottom of the this come on from the bottom. Now we're going to do skyline chili, right? So you got to have this skyline chili. We're going to pour a little bit on top. Yeah, we want it to be chili. Nothing says football like chili.
I'm concerned your chili's cold.
I know, but the poppers are hot.
I know that is your logic, but I don't think it works like that all the time.
That was going to be my question. Why did we not put chili on these whenever you put them in the smoker so it all cooked together? I'm just curious. I'm just walking into this situation here.
Because this is how Lee does heat stuff up. Like, I'm going to tell you a secret. If Lee makes spaghetti, because if I make spaghetti, I only make spaghetti noodles because I don't like red sauce. We know this. So I make all the noodles, and he just gets the jar and he pours it on top, and he says, the noodles will heat the sauce.
Okay.
So the popper will heat.
So, like in
The
skyline chili, we take the shredded cheese, not melted,
and you just stack it.
stack it. Stack it.
Have you eaten skyline chili?
The only time I ate it was whenever we cooked it on the show
Okay.
months ago.
When we went, I don't like it, so
Yeah.
I get the cheese fries.
Now
I
you
get a
drop
salad
some
and
onion
cheese
on
fries.
there.
And so I had a bowl of fries, but then the cheese was stacked like this high on top of the fries.
Oh, wow.
And so in the spaghetti, they put the chili, and then they put like this much cheese. It's like a mountain on top, and it's just sits on there. It's not.
No, I don't want the beans on it, so I didn't do beans. Just like that.
Skyline chili don't have beans?
No,
Or they have one of each? Okay.
no, it's hot dog chili.
It's curry sauce.
Yeah.
What?
Coney sauce.
Coney sauce. What is Coney?
Hot dog.
Hot dog with the red meaty stuff.
So,
The chili sauce.
okay.
Coney dog sauce. Have you not had a Coney dog?
A chili dog. You get whenever.
I'm just saying, what is the word Coney? I'm not familiar with the word Coney.
Oh,
It came
it's
from
chili.
Coney Island.
Yeah.
It used
I've
to
only
be.
known them as Coney
That's
dogs.
where it originated from. Was from what I remember, which is completely jacked up. But it was a Coney Island. Used to always have it on the
So
boardwalk.
instead of saying hot dog, they say Coney dog.
Right,
It's Coney.
because
Okay.
it has the chili on it with the cheese.
I see a bright future for you, young man. You have an unparalleled amount of room for improvement.
And you know what's funny? I've got 3 guys that are older than me that are looking at me for inspiration.
No, they just
Good
think,
phone.
how crazy can this go?
Get a few pics here. Because we made really good time.
So,
Yeah.
so as Lee said, we had our anniversary, and our typical anniversary dinner, it's gourmet. It is Burger King chicken sandwiches. So after the swim meet, I pulled up here to this Burger King by the house, and we ordered our chicken, and they said, we don't have any. And I stopped and I looked at you and I was like, what are we going to do now?
Yeah, I know, right?
What are we going to do? So we had to drive all the way across town to get our chicken sandwiches. A chili bowl is amazing, said Cindy.
Yes. Well, I admit, when I was there, my brother-in-law I got what he ordered. The mini, so it was just a little thing like that, of sketty, which was the first time I've had sketty in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't had sketty.
With
for
the
a long
chili
time.
and the cheese and onions.
Or just sketty.
And then I had, then I got 3 of the hot dogs, and they were like that big. I mean, they're not full-size hot dogs at all.
Oh.
Yeah, they're littles.
No, you did that. I'm thinking girth. I'm like, there's no way the hot dogs are that darn big.
Never mind.
No, they're just short.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, this is my chili cheese dog thing.
Okay.
Would you like to try one?
Actually, I don't think I would.
You don't think so?
No, I definitely wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When I first bit down, I got a little bit of chili, like that special flavor from the chili. And then you get into the meatiness of the hot dog. I like it.
Yeah, I don't taste the hot dog at all,
No.
but the jalapeno and the chili is what I taste.
Yeah.
So, Lee, in our travels, what was the best thing you ate?
Oh, jeez.
Because we vowed that we were only eating seafood. And if we went out, that's all we got. What was the best thing you ate?
Barbecue at the wedding.
Well,
No,
that was good
it was
because I
fine.
made it. But I would have to say those crab cakes. So we're at this restaurant
Known
and
for crab cakes
in
in
Annapolis.
Annapolis, Maryland.
Maryland crab cake.
Yeah. So it was like I'm in Maryland. We stopped at this place and it was highly recommended. Like it was like 6 stars out of 5. Like you have to go there. We're like, okay. We sit down and the lady takes a drink order and then she starts telling us their specials. And I hear that they have crab cakes and it says at market price. And she says, well, what's market price? And the lady said, well, this is $8.99. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that. I didn't hear what she said. $8.99.
Mind you, I heard the price. Because the minute I heard the price, I went, well, we could try this appetizer with crab. And she said, these are nothing like the crab cakes. You got to get the crab cakes. They're so good. And Lee said, I will take that. And I looked at him like my eyeballs were going to explode out of my head. Not because of the price. Well, it was the price, but it was more the fact that he did it.
I didn't even look at the
Because
menu.
he would
I
look
was
at
like,
me.
yep, that's good.
He would look at me and say, honey, why don't you go ahead and get that? That's how he would do that. But for him, he was like, he would never spend this much. So it comes out, and like these crab cakes are the size of baseballs. And they're not breaded. So it's not like what you think of as a crab cake.
Right.
It's just like the meat is stacked
Actually,
and
meat
stuff.
is not a bunch of breaded filling.
Right. Excuse me. So we get them, and he's like, honey, these are so good. And I said, well, I'm really glad they're good for what we just spent on them. He goes, what are you talking about? Baby, do you know how much crab cakes were? No. I'm like, they were $48.
48.
They were $48 for his crab cakes.
Now,
Oh
they
my
were
God.
the size.
They were so good.
They were the size of my fist.
They were.
I mean, just, well, if you cut this knuckle off.
And
They were that big.
They were easily this high, like 4 inch.
Yeah,
three-
they
three
were-
to 4 inches high.
They were good, and it was like, it was probably the best crab cake I've ever had.
Yes.
And they didn't tell me any size. I didn't get to pick any size, so it came out with green beans and mashed taters. Damn the bad luck, I had to have mashed taters. First time I've had mashed taters in
But he
a
was
long
like,
time.
why didn't you tell me? I said, she told you.
And all I heard was $8.99 because it was busy. There were other things going on, and I was looking around. Jimmy Buffett was behind us on the poster or on the pictures, like, because he sails out of there, or he used to.
Yeah. I just chuckled all weekend about it because that is so not a characteristic of Lee.
Yeah.
He would tell me to get the crab cakes. Or, hey, do you want to share the crab cakes? And because I knew how much his was, I was like, well, I can also not get the crab cakes. So I shall get this sandwich, which was delicious, and I was quite happy with. But, yeah.
They took us to, Brown Jim took us to a barbecue spot.
Screen change.
Huh?
Screen change.
I changed.
Yeah, he just did that.
Oh,
That's what I was doing.
okay.
We went to red, white, and blue.
Red blues, and barbecue or something like that.
I think it's called
I don't know,
red,
we
white,
did-
and blue.
We did a daily on it.
It was good.
It was good, yeah. The decor, I think, was better.
Yeah.
I mean, the food was good. I
The
would go
brisket
back.
was fine.
I would go back.
Yeah.
We ate at another place called Finn's. That was all right.
I had the best fried oyster po' boy. It was really good.
The shrimp and grits were the grits. I mean, they were like instant grits. They weren't.
Right.
They weren't southern grits. You had 6 pieces of shrimp, jumbo shrimp. The 2 guys that were with us, they both ordered.
Just shrimp.
Well, yeah, it was like a pound of shrimp. They come out and cooked, and I mean, they're huge. They're jumbos, right? They are still in the shell and still have the vein.
It was kind of different.
So I kind of looked at him. I was like, well, that was kind of a shitty deal.
Like my po' boy was a foot long.
Yeah.
It was so big and so good. And you had a po' boy like,
Yep. There was another
Another
place
day.
we went that I got. I like oysters, but I got fried oysters. I didn't get raw ones.
that was the one thing we didn't get while we were there that we do enjoy.
Yeah, oysters are mussels, but hey. So I did get a po' boy, and I had Tom on my shoulder going, that run. And I was like, shut up, Tom, I'm on vacation. I emailed diabetes, don't worry about it. But we did have, on our anniversary, we did have the results of my scans the day before.
We did.
And
You remain unremarkable.
yes, the one thing that I would never, ever would have thought was put in the same sentence with me is unremarkable.
Whoever wants to be like you, sir, are unremarkable. It's my favorite word.
So that was pretty cool.
I'm working on a
Pretty good.
t-shirt.
Yeah. So my scan shirt worked again. Hell yeah. So now we're good for another 3 months. We go in for the 1 year scan.
But y'all got to keep Lee on it. You got to keep him on it. Lee has committed.
Yep, I was going to get to that.
He has committed. His cardiologist, I love her, wants him to do more intentional physical activity. Not just getting up and walking to the coffee pot. Intentional.
You watch the dogs all the time.
No, he does not walk all the time.
I see the videos.
Once a week.
Yeah.
But she wants him to do more walking.
And the cardio lady, when she said you have to get up every 30 minutes to an hour, I said I do, because my coffee cup runs out.
She rolled her eyes and she said,
rolled her eyes and her
not
shoulders
what I
shrunk.
mean.
She's like, come on, really?
So Lee has committed to doing the
I like
Christmasville 5K with me.
Oh.
He's going to walk. I'm going to train because I want to do 5Ks again. So,
So we were coming home from the appointment.
Yeah.
And she said, I think I want to do a couch to 5K. So, of course, I'm like, well, I need a goal. If I'm going to help you, I need a goal. And so she said, okay. I said, Christmasville's coming up, which is a local Christmas festival that takes place the first week or two in December.
First weekend in December.
And they have a parade. They have all kinds of stuff. The guy that is, I don't want to say credited with starting it, but the main guy.
He has a lot of influence. Is Vernon Grant.
Yeah, Vernon Grant, who made.
He just has the decor of the thing. He's got nothing to do with starting the festival.
No,
Well,
They just use his artwork.
yeah.
He's from Rock Hill, I think. I have to look it up, but anyway, I think he's from here. But
There's a reason he's connected to it.
Yeah.
That's-
But he was the one who designed and animated Snap Crackle Pop, the Rice Krispie guys. So anyway, and then they always have a 5K like that first Saturday or something. So I said, well, I'll walk it. If you want to run it, go ahead. I'll walk it.
So I actually did a mile in the living room yesterday while you were gone. So it's only 3.
Yeah. I'd do a mile with the dogs. I'd probably get better time if I didn't take them because they have to stop every 5 feet to pee on they have to find the one blade of grass to pee on.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so keep him honest. Like he has to do these things so he's not completely wore out that day.
And it doesn't take me 3 weeks to recover.
So yeah.
Boy, this cook went a lot faster than I expected.
Well, you pre-cooked it, baby.
I pre-cooked that,
That's because the segment, Charlie, you only get 20 seconds. So.
Well, that's true. And now, so I think I did good on time as far as.
Oh, definitely.
If I edited it down, it'd be a good TikTok video or short, but I'm not going to do that. I've been very lax on my TikToks.
So is there anything coming up this week? I mean, I know we have regionals. You were busy with a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of lives this week. So we have today.
Like
we've got today's, and then Wednesday is the Keto guys. And then Friday is live with El Duderino and friends. Where both of us are cooking. So we're both going to be live in our kitchens or wherever cooking. He's going to do his on a weather kettle, I heard. And then Saturday's regionals. And then we're right back into Sunday. And you've got something planned.
Yeah, I'll come up with some kind of a popper.
So
I'm going kayaking later.
Yep, you're going kayaking because I decided I'm going to take a nap.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to
Now it's
get on the water.
Sunday.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
It's Sunday. Gunsmoke's not on, so I'm going to have to find something else to watch.
So you are not going to Afternoon Land with Gunsmoke?
So I'm going to have to call an audible on the vessel to get to Afternoon Lane. Yeah, I'll find something else to get me there. That's what I did yesterday. But other than that, what you got going on this week?
Just that cook Thursday.
Yep.
I'm working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I took Thursday and Friday off. Got to do the cook Thursday, and then Friday, of course, I'll set up in the band room and I'll make sure that they're using my scales and everything correctly. And somebody has got to be there to guide the people.
Yeah.
Whenever I went to Restaurant Depot Saturday to get my stuff, the lady from the actual band was clueless as to what all was needed. And as we were walking by, I was going through to get the stuff I needed to cook. And then she's looking at clamshells. Oh, do you think we need some of these? But how many did you have whenever you did inventory in the bank closet? That'll let you know if you need any more.
She was like, huh?
Then she picked up a sleeve of 2-ounce cups. Do I use these for the coleslaw? I said, no, you use those for the barbecue sauce. Coleslaw was in 4-ounce cups. She said, well, should I get some of them? How many did you have when you did inventory in the bank closet? They did no inventory. And so she was just going through, well, if we need them, great. If we don't need them, we've got them in the closet for next year. And she was just buying
we
stuff.
won't do inventory for and we'll buy them again.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll be there making sure that they're making the plates properly, weighing everything out. But that's it. I mean, Thursday and Friday.
I gotta show you something.
Okay, that makes me nervous when Lee says, I gotta show you something.
Ah,
Oh,
Because we were at the auction last night and something came up, and this guy, he had like 10 of these. And I had to laugh because my nephew is a baconaholic, as you guys saw in the video, cooking the bacon. 3 pounds, and I think maybe two or three slices made it to the
Stephen and Jacqueline.
What's up, Stephen? Hey, you did an awesome job on that thumbnail. That was fantastic. Dude showed it, and I was like, man, that's amazing. And then my one cousin in Noonan, who loves he's a baconaholic too. Let me show you all what I got for them. Bacon can. So the idea is it focusing?
Yeah, it was. Stop. You need to talk and
So
we'll figure it out.
the idea is you drape it over the edge like that, and then you put the can over top of it and then microwave it. It says no mess.
So we'll see.
So if you're watching, don't tell Mark.
cooking bacon and no mess don't usually go together.
No, it doesn't. So I might have to do like an unboxing and try it out because I think it's pretty funny. I don't know if it'll work, but we got that going. That was something fun. So let me go check these out here. Keep them entertained.
All right.
Do a little dance.
Maybe that's not how to entertain any of us. None of us are entertained.
You're smiling.
Because you're a fool.
So skyline chili is just a hot dog topping.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't aware of
It's
that.
not like chili soup, like you make in the winter.
Okay. I remember us doing the cook and putting it over spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
And,
That's what skyline chili is.
okay.
It's noodles with the chili with a big pound of cheese.
Right. I remember him explaining that. But I haven't seen it or heard of it since we did that cook months ago. I guess this is a northern thing.
Yes.
It is the national. That's not the word. It's the chili of Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes. Yes. So they are sponsoring the Bengals this year. Last year, I think it was Gold Star Chili, but this year's the Skyline. I got a guy I met on Facebook years and years ago. You remember Travis. Used to conversate with him a lot. His son's got scoliosis. And he's had, I don't know, 9 or 10 different surgeries.
As of that time.
Getting rods put in to get his back straightened out.
Wow.
And so last year, Gold Star Chili stepped in, helped with some of the expenses, and made a huge deal for him for playoffs and stuff. So they had they got to go into the restaurant. They met a lot of the CEO and that kind of stuff, and they were sponsoring him.
Okay.
And they brought in some players and stuff.
Up north, you were either Skyline or you were Gold Star.
Yeah.
People who like Gold Star typically do not like Skyline and vice versa.
There's Tom. How you doing, Tom? So anyway, speaking of River, he just had another procedure done, and he's still in the hospital. He had it done 2 weeks ago. Still in the hospital. He got new rods put in, and they basically go in from under your shoulder blades all the way down to your hips.
And they just try to move your spine back over.
Yeah, they have adjustments on the rods for them to position.
This is
the way they need to get it to go.
This is the redneck way, but if you think about a piece of all thread, that's what they're shoving down into
It's
your.
not quite all thread.
I said it's the redneck explanation. So they do that, and then they can once they're
just
it's set in there. So then your back spoke can't move at all.
I'm saying so that it's not thinking it was adjustable to
No.
straighten them up.
Oh my gosh, that would be so painful.
Yeah,
Like
it's not like braces.
they would probably if there are adjustables, and I don't do a lot
You
of
wouldn't be able
spinal.
to get in there.
You wouldn't want to do that without putting them back under sedation.
Yeah, you would have to cut them open to get in there. So he just got rods in, and I've been keeping up with him. It's when he was going through his last ordeal was a couple years ago, and I mean he was an inspiration to me. Just because he was doing it, and
When
now I'm
little,
still.
and that's a lot.
Now I'm like, wow, dude. And, he was playing football last year. He was on the football team. He got in, a few times. So he wasn't a star, but he was,
Just being able to participate in all.
Yeah. So he was able to actually get in and run some plays. And so anyway, thoughts and prayers for my man, River. The Bengals are still sending a lot of stuff and, posters signed and T-shirts, hats, stuff like that. So jerseys.
I was going to make a smart-ass comment.
What?
Well, it's not like they have to focus on winning the game. They have plenty of time to do other stuff.
Oh, bad news happened to me this week.
I can't fire you. I need you. I want you to help more. I can't fire you.
But my Facebook page got hacked, and then it was whoever got a hold of it was able to get onto it and spam 7,500 very bad pornographic things. My account was disabled, so I've lost thousands of pictures, all of my thousands of contacts. I mean, everything is gone.
So wait a minute. The picture that came up with you smiling with a thumbs up with a donkey's butt beside your head,
That wasn't me.
that wasn't you?
That wasn't
I
me.
thought you was just being a smart
But
Tom, Lee made Skyline shirts.
Yep, there's only a few left, buddy. Would you like one? I can't hand it to you, but I can do this.
You can't see any better. You need to tilt that.
You weren't out here. The last time I tilted a plate,
Did you drop it off?
I lost the queso. Here's what's left, Tom.
So you can't tell what it is, Lee.
It's not focusing.
Well, we're also kind of
Dripping.
Well, then no. You just might have to use your imagination.
you
Now
have
we're
to take your
frozen.
word for it.
We're
Yeah.
frozen. There you
it
go.
goes. That's the Wi-Fi box. Let me see if I can fix it.
There's no fixing the Wi-Fi box.
I know.
I don't know what he thinks he's. Let's take it further from the computer.
Yeah, let's extend the range.
It's obvious. If it's not obvious to anyone, I'm the one who sets up technology in the house. Lee,
It keeps dropping out.
honey, it's not perfect all the time. It's not like me.
I know, honey. If it could be.
You can't expect everything to work like Kanye.
Half-ass. No. Okay. I'm sorry. My Aunt Carol's gonna catch me and be like, dude, really?
You need to be nice to that wife of yours. That's what
Yeah,
she'll say.
21 years, you got to be nice to her. So, but I think we had more to talk about.
No. You know, I think we've been so busy for 2 weeks, but now we're kind of like on this lull of like,
Yeah,
like
it
I
was.
told you Friday, like I was in like an emotional hangover. I was just sludging through.
And so I didn't say anything Friday. I was going to, but so Friday was my mom's Angel Day.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually hit me a little harder than what it probably had in quite a few years. So because she passed the day, like she waited till midnight. So our anniversary was the 28th. She waited till midnight of the 29th. So it was like 3 or 4 minutes into the next day.
It was
11 minutes before she passed. So she didn't like pass on her anniversary.
Right, she didn't tarnish the day.
So, and for whatever reason, July is like that for us in September. Everything good and not so good
They're always just bittersweet. I think it's just bittersweet
happens
times.
those 2 months. But anyway, so that had hit me a little harder than what I was expecting. I didn't. I mean, you really don't have anything to expect. You're just like, it's here, okay, whatever. And then, I mean, I talked to my dad for a good hour, just chit chatting, but because they would have earlier in the month, they just would have celebrated 50 years.
Wow.
So, but let's end on a high note. And hey, this was awesome. I liked it.
It was good. I liked it.
All right. Well,
We're going to convert him.
let's get out of here. Let's get cleaned up. I have places to go.
It's
Yes.
just a river. It'll still be there.
Yeah.
I know, but I got to get ready and get
And
my
she's
stuff.
got a pregame.
I'm not pre-gaming, but I got to get my kayak
It's all right
out.
there.
I
Anyway,
know.
so we're going to get out of here. Let's cut this sign off because did you know that dance?
I saw that.
Yeah. It dances
I did
or it
notice
stays still.
the glow off of the red, especially, has put a hue over everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just my eyes, how
No,
bad
it
they
did.
are. Okay.
That's why I left the door open this time. So, but anyway, we're going to get out of here. We will see you guys later on this week. Get out there, try something out. You know, even if it sounds crazy. Hey, it's still dinner.
Like this. It's still good.
He was like, I don't know, but hey. And we'll see you guys. You know, look for Wednesday with the Keto guys, Friday with El Duderino, and I don't know. Join the hashtags.
I think Sunday I'll do the like we talked about last night, the buffalo chicken stuff. Jalapeno. That sounds good.
Okay, so Rusty's gonna take care of the jalapeno poppers next week.
Right now, that's the top
Okay.
of the priority list here.
Okay, so
All right.
But I see Uncle Steve's red, Texas red. I might go something a little bit more traditional instead of buffalo chicken. I don't know yet. But
yeah, hey, as long as it's got Uncle Steve's in there somewhere, y'all put the hashtag in. Hashtag Never Ending Popper Challenge. I know that's a long hashtag, but that was way my man Keith Bedtag. I'll put a link in his to his channel in the description once this renders out. So tomorrow it'll be there. Yes, my dear. So let's get out of here. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome.
have a great week, guys.
Bye.
You're not going to be able to use the